purtroppo non c'è più. È un giorno nuovo anche per loro, e son sicuro che un sorriso l'ho strappato pure a voi lassù.
Any day that Juventus is champion of Italy is a good day.
Alright, I'm done with the show.
And it's been like that.
See ya.
And it's been
I'm not doing this.
it's been like that for the past 2,543 days. Juventus is champion for an 8th straight season. Shout out also to the Juventus women's team, champion for a 2nd straight season. Just such a winning culture in Torino.
Congratulations, you guys spent $9 million for a player just to win a Scudetto. That was already guaranteed for you guys.
And Napoli spent a lot more to win 0 Scudetto, so.
Napoli did not even spend anything this summer.
Exactly.
Next time, that's the problem.
Yeah, well, there's a whole money problem in the Serie A right now, but
Yeah.
it is a vicious circle because Juventus keeps on winning, they keep on going farther in Champions League, they keep on getting money.
Further in what, quarterfinals?
Well, further than Napoli will ever get.
But doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you guys spend money to win championships.
The season. I don't know. The season isn't all sunshine and rainbows. I would think in Torino, but that's the way I see it.
We're going to have Mohamed El Shahali join us later on to talk about Juventus from Juventus Club Montreal. To talk about, okay, sure, we're going to talk about their failure in Champions League once again. We're going to talk about, I guess, their 8th straight Scudetto, which is a great feat for any team. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure if Napoli, Roma, or Milan won the Scudetto, you guys would be happy.
Yes.
Yes, I would. But if I was in the same situation as Juventus, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be all smiles. I think. Yes.
It wouldn't be reality.
No, but it's not even that. You buy the best player in the world for a certain objective, and we all said it on this show. If Juve don't, win the Champions League with Ronaldo this season, I'm sorry, it's a failure. Yes, it's a great feat, 8 straight Scudetto, winning teams over there in Juve. But the main objective this season, as you saw throughout the season, was Champions League, and they need to make, they need to get the big one. And unfortunately, they couldn't do it once again. But yes, it is a great feat, 8 straight. But Champions League is just as important.
Another team who's searching for the great feat, Atalanta.
By Mertens, and he's away. It's a little dig finish. Oh, now did it cross the line from Milik? I think Masiello has prevented it crossing the line. The referee Daniele Osato says that is no goal. Zapata, his danger. Zapata, can he finish? No, but he can set up the winning goal for Pasalic. Atalanta are in front.
So this Atalanta team, we've been talking about them all season. Mm-hmm. They beat Juventus, they beat Napoli. I think they beat Inter also. I mean, it's fair to say they deserve to be at least fighting for the Champions League spot this late in the season.
Definitely. I mean, they're showing why they're semi-finalists for the Coppa Italia for a reason. We've said it before, they're one of the best offensive teams in Serie A. The ghost of Juve and Zapata is going back to haunt Napoli, so I think Napoli right now is just a bit on a downer. They've been very inconsistent. It's 2 losses in a row now for them. I think right now, this summer, this is a good wake-up call for them, because this summer they need to do a bit of a shake-up with this lineup.
I agree. I mean, I think they have, speaking about Napoli quickly, I think they have the pieces. Maybe they need a player here and there. Obviously they rely heavily on Koulibaly in the back. Another defender wouldn't hurt. But their midfield, I like their midfield, and their attack is second to none. So I was reading what Ancelotti was saying. I mean, maybe they'll make some adjustments in the summer, come the summertime, but the core of the team should stay together. And I think they can do good things with the core. Pieces here and there, yes, but they're not too far off, in my opinion.
They need a left back and a right back. That's
Yeah,
what they need.
yeah.
Actually good left back and right backs.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not a complete overhaul of the team. Those are small adjustments that can be made over the summertime, and let's see if they actually spend the money and do it. But that's a waiting game over there in Naples. Going to Atalanta, I mean, you said it right. We've been praising them all season. They've had one hell of a run so far this season. As you said, obviously Zapata has been pretty crucial. I think he's been carrying them on his back. This team, he's been carrying them on his back the whole season, scoring goals left, right, and center. I believe he's up there with 21, 22 goals.
I think he's at 21 now.
21 goals.
21 goals.
21 goals in the season. This is a guy who's been all over the league. We knew he could score, but we didn't know how much. And this season, I think he's really proven himself. He's changing his style a bit as an attacker, and he's really finds that eye for goal, and he's been burying them. So Atalanta is another good team. They're balanced all over. Gasparini, who, as we've praised many times, has a way of playing football, and the team is really buying into that, and they're getting the results when they need it. And it's we'll see what happens come the end of the season, but they'll definitely be in that race.
I just hope Atalanta, if they qualify for Champions League, they don't lose players.
That's the thing.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
Duran's on loan from Sampdoria. Do you think they actually make a bid to purchase him?
Oh, I think they do. First of all, if they make Champions League,
That's money.
they're going to get a whole lot of money.
It's money coming in.
Yeah.
Even if they make Europa League, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they win Coppa Italia too. And so I think they could be in a position where they don't have to sell their players. Sure, they've been doing that quite a bit over the years, especially their young players, but they've been able to keep players in their prime, like Gomez. Like, they were able to get Ilicic, I think it was 2 years ago now. Masiello, he's a bit older, but he's a good defender, and they don't need to sell him anywhere.
I'm pretty sure Mancini's their player. I'm pretty sure. I think he's owned by Atalanta, if I'm not sure, and he's a young guy. So
That I don't know.
Let's double check.
I'm pretty
That
sure.
I don't know.
So if they can hold on to guys like that, in addition to what they already have, I think they can do something. But that's the thing. That's the whole thing. That's the unknown. We don't know if they're gonna separate.
Yeah, he's owned by Atalanta.
He's owned by Atalanta.
It
Yeah.
seems like it was a free transfer.
Yeah.
So, just to keep you updated, Champions League points, Milan 56, Atalanta 56, Roma 55, Torino 53, Lazio 52. Milan just seems like they've been shooting themselves lately.
Wonderful free kick from the defender.
What was Milan doing in Parma?
I don't know. They were thinking about La Paz, but I don't know what they were doing over there. But it seems to be that these 6:30 games, our time here in North America, 12:30 over there in Italy. I mean, it's the death of this Milan team. It seems like every time they play these games, they can't get a result or a positive one at least. And this weekend was another showing of that. They tied Parma 1-1 in Parma. Fine, great free kick goal by Alves there at the end. Was it savable? I don't know. Donnarumma didn't move, so I guess.
I think it's more on the wall.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's the discussion. Was it Donnarumma not diving? Was the wall not in the right place? Those are nitty gritty things. They didn't. I think they didn't show too much. I would have liked obviously to see the result. And this is another time now going to the end of the season. Milan, not taking advantage of their opportunities and not taking advantage of what's going on outside the league, in the league. Sorry, as far as other teams are concerned, they're in that middle of the pack race. They want Champions League. They need Champions League, and every point is crucial. These last 5 games are all finals for them. So it's another wasted opportunity to separate a bit, but. It's pretty upsetting. Now we go on for the last 5 games of the season, and let's hope they can pick up some victories.
Okay, so Gianni, I'm going to ask you this. Milan plays Torino, Bologna, Fiorentina, Frosinone, and Spal in their last 5 games. Okay, last 2 against Frosinone and Spal are a bit easier than the other ones. Do they slip up or do they make Champions League?
It depends because right away the Torino game is right after the Milan-Lazio.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big game.
Yeah.
I guess we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but that's the tough one, and it comes right after a very important game. At this point, honestly though, there's games that they just hope to get a draw result at minimal, because there's some games that they just can't afford to lose. And then there's certain games like the Frosinone game where it's gonna. I feel like as if it's gonna come down to that Frosinone game. from
right at the end.
Yeah, and believe it or not, I feel like as if that's what it's going to come down to, knowing Milan and just watching them, well, observing them, not as much as Adri over here, but just observing them throughout the season, it's an up and down roller coaster. And if we know that Milan this season, they like to keep their fans at the edge of the seat, to put it lightly. They're a good team, well coached. I honestly think that they're more than capable of making champions. They have destiny in their hands right now, and it's pretty much what they do with it. They're not in a very uncomfortable position, but they have people breathing down their necks, and the only way they can do is keep running forward.
On the other side of the break, we're going to talk about the other Milan team. Inter Milan, they played AS Roma this weekend. It's coming up next on the Calcio Guys on CGO 1690.
Confident run there at D'Ambrosio from El Shaarawy. Glorious, glorious goal from the former Milan player at San Siro. Good spell of pressure this from Inter, and it goes from D'Ambrosio.
1-1 between Inter and Roma this weekend. And it was more of a must-win game for Roma, I found, here on the Calcio Guys with Adriano Donardo, Gianni Delacolli, Nicolas Di Giovanni. I mean, you know what? Even though Roma came away with a tie, they probably wanted more.
Oh, definitely. They wanted that win. They need to get back into the top 4 spot. This is a top 4 team, and it's not like as if they're just a recent top 4 team. No, they've been a top 4 team for the past while.
They've been a top 2 team even.
Yeah. So it's a roster that is already used to the fact that they have to hold the top spot, and they're slipping. And this was yes, Inter's a tough team. They've been on a bit of a resurgence ever since the Mauro Icardi situation began, and him not playing. I feel like as if this is a brand new Inter that we're watching. It's so weird to see that when the best player leaves, the team seems to do better.
I mean, he is back now.
Yeah,
but it's not the old Mauro Icardi.
Yeah, I know.
It's now the Perisic show.
No, well, I mean, yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that it's just so strange to see a team that we just pinned that, okay, this whole saga that would happen beforehand is just going to ruin them. Somehow it just revitalize them. And Roma hiring Ranieri in the middle of the season, which I think was a big mistake. You should do it at the end of the year, not at the middle of the year.
Yeah.
It's still having negative repercussions on the team. And
you find?
I feel like as if it's... Okay, picture yourself, Roma's like holding a bunch of plates.
Yeah.
A couple of plates are slipping out of their hands. They're trying their best to keep all of them up, let's say.
Yeah.
That's Roma right now. They're just trying their best to keep everything together. Because the problem's not fixed. They're still shaky.
Waiter 101 over here.
That's the best analogy I can give for AS Roma right now. It's a team that has no confidence in themselves.
Yeah, and it shows. It shows. Again, I found on the highlights, I was watching the highlights of that game, and again on the goal by Perisic, it was another defensive issue. They let, I think it was Florenzi, I think it was on that side, or whoever it was, made Perisic get behind him. It was a nice little dink, I guess you can say, for D'Ambrosio over everybody, and Perisic found the ball and put it in the back of the net. So yes, they have the, I guess, 4th place, Champions League, whatever you want to call it, DNA or spirit. But this season, as you said, been up and down. They can't juggle the plates, and I still pin it to this day on the defensive issues that are been evident almost week in and week out. I would have to say. Obviously, the coaching change, I agree with Johnny, shouldn't have happened when it did. We obviously spoke about that, and I don't think it was all Di Francesco's fault at the time. But Ranieri, what is he going to do in this small period of time? I personally don't think much. And but besides all that, they got dominated in the game. I think possession was like 72-28 Inter.
That's what happens when you're on the road.
64-36.
Was it 64-36? Okay,
I must have seen another stat. That could happen when you're on the road.
It can, and San Siro is not obviously the easiest place to play. And,
no, it's not. And
but granted, for all that, with everything against I guess Roma, El Shaarawy. I mean, what a goal! What a beautiful goal! I mean, he goes back to San Siro and pulls off, just one of the goals of the week. I would probably say of the weekend or in Serie A, and hats off to him. And they got a crucial point, so they didn't lose. For them, it's a plus, but not what they totally wanted.
Okay, so you guys want to do MVP yellow card, red card? MVP or the cards? Which one do you guys want to do first?
I want to give a card.
Okay,
I wanna
we'll have a card each.
Okay.
Go.
You start, Johnny.
All right, so I'm giving a red card to Mauro Lui for disrespecting Ancelotti when he got subbed off. I'm not sure if you guys saw the little clip, but basically Ancelotti wanted to talk to him, and he like you slap somebody's hand away. You don't do that. This is a man who's won how many Champions League titles? 3.
Yeah,
This is a man who's won 3 Champions League titles. He's a winner. He's a man who's respected not throughout Europe, not just in Italy, throughout Europe.
Yeah.
And this is a man who knows what he's doing. And if the coach wants to talk to you, yes, you can be in the heat of the moment, you can be emotional, but you gotta know your place. You know, like it goes like your manager is your manager. Like it goes back to the whole incident with Sadi and the Chelsea goalie. Kepa, thank you. I don't know why I'm lagging on names today.
I agree with you.
Kepa, like that whole stint in front of Sadi, like, okay, Sadi's not Ancelotti in terms of level of respect, but it goes back to the point where your manager is a manager for a reason, and whether you agree with them or not, you still have to listen to him at the end of the day. And if he's going to come and give you either a critique or a criticism, advice, or a compliment, you still got to have open ears for him because he might have a point. He sees the game differently from the way you see it.
So is that a yellow or red?
That's a red for Mauro Lui.
Straight red for... hold on, give me a sec.
Got that quick.
I am. There you go, straight red. You trying to?
So for me,
Do we have to go to VAR for this one or what?
no, you know my
VAR, what are we doing?
You know my thoughts about the VAR. No, not this week. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to that Bologna-Samp game actually, and again watching the highlights of that game, and we've been praising this guy, quite a bit. I think he's had a good season. But Aldero, I don't know what the heck he was doing over the weekend against Bologna, a bottom feeder team Bologna, who are playing a bit better now somehow. But I didn't expect. I thought I was watching Robin Olsen. When I saw some of the attempts to make a save by Aldero. I was really surprised, very shocked. He's a good young keeper. And I didn't expect that from him at all. And Sam totally got even just blown out 3-0. So it was totally unexpected for me. I think this is obviously just a small little thing towards Odero because I think he has a lot of potential and he's a good keeper. But this week I'm going to have to give it to Emil Odero.
Yellow or red?
I'm going to give it yellow.
I'm going to give a yellow card to Emil Odero. So for me, red card to hate. We're talking about this again. Racism in Italy. It happened last week again with the Lazio fans. I think it was last Wednesday.
Bakayoko.
They made racist chants against Bakayoko in a Lazio Udinese game. So
go figure.
Yeah, Bakayoko wasn't even involved, and he's living rent-free in their heads now. Considering he's not even playing. He's not even in the field. He's nowhere near the pitch. They go and make these racist chants. Just unacceptable. It's caught on video.
Yeah, clear as day.
Clear as day. What does the league do again? 3 blind mice. Yeah. That's what they look like.
Yeah.
It's disgusting to see. We talk about it all the time. Cagliari, Inter, now Lazio. I think it's a problem across Italy.
It is.
It's not just in soccer, but it has to start with an organization stepping up and telling these fans, no, you can't come in our stadiums anymore. This behavior is unacceptable.
And it's on video.
That's
what's even worse.
Like I said, the FIGC, they turn a blind eye every single time. So a red card to the Lazio fans, to the league, to the federation, everybody. Everybody gets a red today.
Yeah.
Okay, MVPs of the week. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna go with Cragno. He backstopped Cagliari to another win this weekend at home. Another shutout win for Cragno, and Cagliari actually had 10 men. And, it was against Frosinone, and they only had 1 shot on target. But at the end of the day, he did his job. With 10-man Cagliari, they go out and win. So my MVP definitely has to be Cragno.
Yeah, no, he's been another guy, another young keeper that's been really proving himself. And, I think, you got it spot on. For me, I'm going to go to that Spal Empoli game. I'm going to give my MVP of the week to Andrea Petagna. What a game this week against Spal. These are 2 teams that are near the bottom, or, even Empoli's in the last, I think, 17th place now. What a performance he had. 2 goals and an assist in that game. he's stepping up. He has 14 goals on the season right now. I think he's tied 7th in the scoring charts race in Italy.
Chichu Caputo has 50.
Yeah, that's another guy who definitely deserves some credit. These are guys, you wouldn't expect being up there, I guess in the double digits or, anywhere near the top of the scoring race chart, and they are. But for me, no, this week, Petagna, 2 goals and an assist, and just a hell of a performance at a young age. Been all over, and he's still performing.
Can shoot from here, he does, and he buries it. Petagna gives Spal the lead right on the hour mark.
You, Johnny?
I mean, by the way, for Petagna, it kind of helps when you score 8 goals that are penalties.
Oh my God! Somebody has to score them.
Yeah, it's fair. So he showed this weekend he was able to score goals that were not penalty shots. So
Yeah,
I mean,
his second
fair.
one was nice.
Yeah, exactly, and he got an assist too.
Yeah,
So
on,
2 goals and an assist.
Antonucci's goal, I think it was.
Yeah. See, for me, I have to be completely honest. I haven't watched much this past weekend because of finals and stuff. So
It was also Easter.
yeah, so I unfortunately slacked off. So I'll be straight up with that.
So you
But
you get a red card this
I
week.
get a red card for
No, we didn't know that before starting the show,
No.
so we're going to have to give you a red card.
yeah.
Substitution, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I was about to leave when you started Scudetto for you.
Yeah.
But I would honestly, just after watching highlights and stuff, El Shaarawy himself is just the guy who still shows up, and despite the bleakness in Roma, he's a bright spot for the team. So, especially that goal was very nice, well spot right in the corner. I'm giving him my MVP.
Okay, 2 minutes before break, I wanted to talk about basically Napoli and Juve. They got eliminated in Europe last week.
Mm-hmm.
I think this has to be the roughest season for Italian teams in Europe. Between the Champions League, Europa League, no teams in the semifinals. I don't think that's happened since 2016. And before that, I know Juve made a Europa League semifinals 2014, Champions League final 2015. So I can't remember past that, but it's just unacceptable to have this lack of success across the board.
It's because I think teams have become complacent in what they have. They feel like as if that, we don't have much of a problem here, we don't have much of a problem there, so we just need to make some fine tweakings and some fine adjustments. But that's what happens with complacency. You just get comfortable and you don't question what you have in front of you, and you don't make those hard decisions when they need to be made. And these are rosters that you see them. A lot of, what's funny, some teams do have the capabilities of having an A team and I guess somewhat of a B team to play for in the league games, like Napoli, for example. I'll speak on Napoli's behalf. They have an A team and they have a B team, and that's the thing, though. Like the A team is just not quality A team to compete in the competition. So that's what I mean. Where it's like, but then ADL says, we're totally okay with this roster. No, we're not. They're not okay. There's a lot of issues that still need to be fixed. But that's just my opinion on it. How about you, Adrian?
I agree. I mean, it's sad. We'd like to see these Italian teams do well and advance in these competitions, but sometimes I don't know. Sometimes it goes down to the mentality in Europe. I don't know. Italian teams just seem to have that. I don't know, blunders. I don't know what it is, but everything seems to go against them. I don't know. It's tough. Granted, for the Juve Ajax, Ajax played one hell of both legs were incredible to watch in Ajax's part.
Yeah.
They really dominated. Napoli, against Arsenal, they got unlucky in the first leg, and they couldn't really catch up at the end. But they had a hell of a group in Champions League, brought them down to Europa League, and they got another tough matchup to face. And it just, the stars didn't align in my opinion. But you need some luck and you need some good play, I think, in Europe. And unfortunately, the Italian teams didn't have it this year.
Anyways, we're going to be talking about Juventus' failure in Champions League, both their Scudetto winning season with Mohamed El Shahali next here on the Calcio Guys on CJO 1690.